Welcome to the 10 Minutes Gold Mine, where every book gives you a treasure of knowledge in just 10 minutes. The Doors of Perception, by Aldous Huxley. Introduction. Aldous Huxley's The Doors of Perception is a fascinating and thought-provoking book that delves into the nature of human perception and the experience of reality. Written in 1954, it explores Huxley's personal experiment with mescaline, a psychedelic substance, and how it impacted his awareness of the world around him. The book is part philosophical inquiry, part personal narrative, and it raises questions about the limits of human consciousness, the role of the mind in shaping our reality, and how substances may alter our perceptions of the world. The experience of perception. Huxley starts by discussing how the human mind operates as a kind of reducing valve. He suggests that the brain filters the overwhelming amount of sensory information we encounter, allowing us to focus only on what is deemed most useful for survival and functioning. According to Huxley, this mechanism helps us to make sense of the world but also limits our understanding of the broader, richer reality that exists beyond the filtering process. When Huxley took mescaline, he experienced a breakdown of these filters. His heightened perception allowed him to see the world in ways he had never thought possible. Colors appeared more vibrant, objects seemed to have a kind of spiritual significance, and he felt an intense connection to the world around him. Through this experience, Huxley argued that we are often blind to the richness of existence because our minds restrict what we can truly perceive. Exploring the mystical experience. The mescaline experience, according to Huxley, provided him with a glimpse of a mystical reality, one that transcended the everyday world of ordinary perception. He discusses the importance of this mystical experience throughout history, noting that various religious and philosophical traditions have recognized the potential for altered states of consciousness to reveal deeper truths about the nature of existence. Huxley compares his own experience to the experiences described by mystics, saints, and philosophers across different cultures. He highlights how, throughout history, people have sought altered states of consciousness to perceive the divine, reach higher levels of awareness, or gain insight into the nature of reality. The mystical experience, Huxley believes, allows a person to see beyond the ordinary, shedding the constraints of the rational mind and connecting to a deeper, universal consciousness. The role of psychedelics in expanding perception. One of the central themes of the Doors of Perception is the potential of psychedelics, like mescaline, to expand human consciousness. Huxley explores the idea that these substances may serve as tools for unlocking the deeper layers of the mind, revealing hidden dimensions of reality that are typically inaccessible to our normal perception. Huxley does not promote the reckless use of such substances but argues that, when used responsibly, they can be transformative. He believes psychedelics have the power to enhance one's understanding of art, nature, and spirituality by allowing individuals to experience reality in a more direct and profound way. In Huxley's view, the use of psychedelics could help break through the walls of conventional perception and open doors to new realms of experience. The philosophy of perception and reality. In addition to the personal narrative of his mescaline experience, Huxley also delves into the philosophy of perception. Drawing on the works of philosophers like William Blake and Immanuel Kant, he explores the idea that reality is not simply something, out there, that we passively observe. Rather, reality is deeply shaped by the way we perceive it. Huxley discusses how perception is not a straightforward process but involves complex mental and cultural filters. He questions the notion of objective reality and suggests that each person experiences the world in a unique way. This subjectivity of experience, Huxley argues, may explain the diversity of human understanding and belief systems. The individual mind plays an active role in constructing the world we see, and these constructions can vary dramatically depending on the tools, experiences, and filters we apply. Huxley's exploration of reality suggests that our understanding of the world is shaped by not only our sensory input but also by our beliefs, conditioning, and emotions. He suggests that our minds can distort reality, presenting it in a way that is more in line with our desires and fears than the objective world. This perspective leads him to question what we think we know and whether our perceptions of reality are accurate or limited by the mental filters we carry. The limits of human perception. Despite the eye-opening experience Huxley had with mescaline, he does not claim that psychedelics offer a perfect or complete understanding of reality. He recognizes that while the drug can momentarily expand consciousness, it still cannot overcome the fundamental limitations of the human mind. Our perceptions will always be limited by our biological makeup and the constraints of our consciousness. Huxley explores the idea that, even after a mystical or psychedelic experience, the mind ultimately returns to its baseline state. While the doors of perception may open briefly, they do not remain permanently open. Huxley argues that the challenge of understanding reality lies in reconciling our limited perceptions with the vastness of the universe. The momentary expansion of consciousness offered by psychedelics may give us insight, but it does not offer a permanent solution to the limitations of the human mind. This recognition of the mind's inherent limitations highlights a central paradox of Huxley's philosophy. While we can glimpse a deeper, more meaningful reality through altered perception, the very nature of human consciousness may prevent us from fully comprehending it. In this way, the pursuit of understanding becomes an ongoing process, with moments of insight offering only temporary glimpses into the greater truth. The connection to art and beauty. Another central aspect of Huxley's writing in The Doors of Perception is the relationship between expanded perception and art. He argues that many great works of art are created by individuals who, in some way, manage to transcend ordinary perception. Artists, in Huxley's view, are able to perceive the world in new and transformative ways, bringing fresh perspectives that challenge our conventional understanding. Huxley reflects on how a heightened sense of beauty can emerge from altered states of consciousness. For example, during his mescaline experience, Huxley was struck by the beauty of everyday objects, flowers, furniture, and even the sky. This shift in perception, he suggests, shows that beauty is not inherent in the objects themselves but is a product of the mind's capacity to perceive it. When the mind is freed from its usual filters, the world reveals itself as more vivid, more meaningful, and more interconnected than we typically realize. He also touches on how many artists, poets, and composers have described similar moments of heightened perception that allow them to tap into a deeper source of creativity. In this way, altered perception becomes a tool for creativity, enabling artists to express something transcendent and universal through their work. Huxley suggests that by opening the doors of perception, we can better appreciate the beauty of the world and the art that reflects it. The legacy of the doors of perception. Huxley's exploration of altered states of consciousness and the philosophical implications of human perception has had a lasting impact on both the fields of psychology and philosophy, as well as on popular culture. His reflections on mescaline and its potential to expand the boundaries of perception have influenced many thinkers, artists, and individuals interested in the nature of reality and consciousness. Moreover, Huxley's work helped to spark a broader conversation about the role of psychedelics in exploring the mind and the nature of existence. In the years following the publication of The Doors of Perception, the counterculture of the 1960s became deeply interested in the possibilities of psychedelic drugs, and many people, including figures like Timothy Leary and Ram Dass, drew inspiration from Huxley's ideas. The legacy of The Doors of Perception extends beyond philosophy and psychology, influencing art, music, literature, and even political thought. Conclusion. In conclusion, The Doors of Perception is an insightful and provocative exploration of human consciousness and the potential for expanded perception through psychedelics. Huxley's experience with mescaline serves as a lens through which he examines the nature of reality, the limitations of human perception, and the connection between art, beauty, and spirituality. Huxley ultimately encourages readers to question the narrow confines of ordinary perception and to open themselves to the possibilities of a more expansive, interconnected reality. While he recognizes that psychedelics are not a panacea for understanding the universe, he sees them as tools that can temporarily open doors to a deeper, more profound awareness of existence. What do you think about the relationship between perception and reality? Do you believe substances like mescaline can truly expand our consciousness, or is there another way to access these deeper layers of awareness? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. That's it for today's 10 Minutes Gold Mine. If you found value in this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep mining for more golden knowledge. See you in the next one.